Alrighty, everybody. So the government shutdown is officially ending. The Democrats are losing their mind, and yet again, Trump wins. This is huge, huge news, and we knew it was going to happen this way. So before I get started in this video, guys, I just want to thank you all for coming here. Seriously, thank you all so much for coming here and checking out my channel and subscribing. You all really changing the channel right now. You guys are changing my channel, and it's absolutely crazy. I am very, very thankful for you all. So seriously, all I ask for is you just like and subscribe and share. I don't ask for money or anything like that. Genuinely thank you guys so, so much. And if you guys stick around to the end of the video, I'm going to show you a little bit more Candace Owens and Charlie Kirk stuff that is kind of funny in regarding my last video with the pictures. Because I got a little bit more for you, but we're going to do this for now, okay? Just to the end of the video, it's a tiny little bonus. It's not worth making its own video over. So let's get into this. Senate advises bipartisan funding bill to end 41-day U.S. government shutdown. The U.S. Senate on November 10, 2025, passed a 60-40 procedural vote with 7 Democratic senators, an independent senator, Angus King, joining Republicans. Man, that guy just literally sounds like somebody Dank would go and fight for on a battlefield. It's hilarious. Anyway, joining Republicans to advance a funding bill restoring federal operations through January 30th, 2026. Extending SNAP benefits through 2026 and ensuring back pay for furloughed workers. Nice. The measure, resulting from the weekend negotiations led by Senator Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, delays actions on expiring Affordable Care Act premium tax credits, prompting criticism from progressives like Senator Senator would probably have been funnier. Senator Bernie Sanders, who warned of premium increases and coverage lost for millions, which is completely and totally ridiculous. He is absolutely bought out by insurance companies. Listen to this. Bernie Sanders just walked up to the podium after Susan Collins laughed along with Republicans about their bill, and he said, if this bill succeeds for certain groups of people, it would be tripled their premiums. It would be tripled their premiums. That's kind of how he said it. When you throw 15 million people off of healthcare, 50,000 Americans die unnecessarily. You think that's funny? Kind of, right? It's a very funny statement. Those people are getting kicked off, and they're like, oh, now the premiums are going to go up. Really now? That's kind of crazy how that happens. Back in the 90s and early 2000s, we didn't have this issue. I brought it up. My parents were paying $300 a month for insurance, okay? If I were to get on my wife's insurance with my kids, it would be $1,000 a month. I can't afford that. We can't afford, hardly, we're paycheck to paycheck. Our insurance right now is $750 a month for my kids and my wife. It's unbelievable. It's absolutely unbelievable. It never used to be that bad. The reason why it's that bad is simply because we have opened the market to the insurance companies. They can do whatever they want, however they want to. They can pay for whatever they want. They can deny you for whatever they want. They have the full power. It's completely and totally unbelievable. And this is for the garbage plan, guys. In order to get a good insurance plan, you're going to be forking over somewhere between $1,700 and $2,000 a month. Does that even sound like the equivalent of $300 a month in 2006? No, it doesn't. It's not even close, even inflation adjusted. It's not even close. It's completely ridiculous. And Bernie Sanders, going for this free healthcare BS, is making insurance completely and totally unaffordable. And they're doing that so every single person gets to be a part of the system. When every single person is a part of the system, the hospital, all the hospitals, and the insurance companies win. Because they can charge for anything and everything and cycle that money however they want from the taxpayer's pocket. Guys, given healthcare the reins to dictate how much they want to charge, and giving them a blank check of our tax dollars is the worst possible thing we could do in this country. They get rich, and we don't get good health care. That's what happens. It is absolutely sickening. But anyway, to get on with this, I'm not going to talk about Pete Buttigieg. Just don't comment yet on that. Let's see. So, Chuck Schumer had said that Donald Trump was holding this country hostage, even though Donald Trump was voting yes to open the government and he was voting no. This is crazy, right? Here's Kyle Kalinske, who I was just compared to in Charlie Kirk's, or in one of my videos. Somebody commented saying that I sound like Kyle Kalinske. And I was like, man, I appreciate that, because my voice is way more annoying than his. Way more annoying. Now, I don't agree with anything Kyle Kalinske stands for. And I know that that guy was sitting there trying to insult me, say that I sound like a leftist somehow, which is bizarre. But at the end of the day, he does got a way better speaking voice than me. And you guys should watch his debate with Charlie Kirk 6 years ago, where Charlie Kirk just destroys him. Pretty good stuff. But whatever. I'll take the compliment, because my voice is a lot more annoying than his. I don't sound anything like Kyle Kalinske. So there is that. He says this press conference of the traitor Democrat caving sellouts is humiliating. They keep repeating it wasn't going to work. 1 or 2 more weeks of this shutdown and Republicans would have been begging on their hands and knees. They own it. The country is falling apart. We need your votes. Or they need your votes. Who's holding who hostage, Kyle? You're sitting there saying, man, if we would have just held out for 1 or 2 more weeks. Well, Republicans weren't holding out. They were saying, just open the government back. Get this passed, get it done. And yet, the Democrats said no, for the most part. Then finally, a couple people came over to the Trump side because they realized, hey, if I don't get this open, I will be primaried. And they figured it out quickly. So this is funny. So what you are saying is Democrats held the American people as leverage in hopes of blaming it on Republicans. Weird that didn't work out. Exactly. This guy's like, the Republicans held the people as leverage. The Democrats' only demand was for healthcare premiums to not skyrocket. No, it wasn't. They wanted illegals to be able to be on our healthcare for free. The clean CR has nothing to do with the healthcare premiums. The item you are talking about was the COVID-era tax break. It was meant as a short-term solution. ACA subsidies lower the cost of health insurance. Letting those expire rises the cost for millions of Americans. Okay, so it's still not related to anything that we're talking about here. It was a COVID tax break. COVID is long gone. Time to get up off your A and work again. And this guy goes, you are such a C-U-C-K to the GOP. They are effing you over. This is so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. They are insane, you know? Anyway, I hope you very soon become a ghost like Thomas Jefferson. He goes, is that a threat? I know how violent leftists can be to those they disagree with. Why didn't you care when my premiums tripled when Obamacare was passed? Exactly. Exactly a good point. And that's the problem with the left. They'll sit there and they'll pretend like they're not doing something until the moment comes where they lose and they just mask off. Complete mask off meltdown, you know? It's sickening to watch these Democrats absolutely lie to the public and have people fall for them. It's not sickening necessarily to see the Democrats lie. We know this. But watching how many people fall for it and just absolutely glaze the Democratic Party going, oh, well, it's actually not you holding him hostage. It's, or not us holding him hostage, it's you holding him hostage. It's like, what are you talking about? We're sitting there trying to pull the door open to let everyone out. While the Democrats are sitting there holding it shut and going, it's all you unless you do what I say, because, see, we want to get what we want, and this door will open only if we get what we want. So technically, since you're not getting us what we want, it's you. It's you doing it. It's pretty psychotic, isn't it? Pretty crazy. You know what I mean? It's like, well, I'm going to burn this house down with people inside of it, all because you didn't go and do what I wanted, and because of that, it's actually you that's burning the house down? Because, again, you didn't do what we wanted. Man, there's such a weird term for that, right? Holding people hostage till you get what you want. It's really interesting. Really interesting way to try and turn it around, you know what I mean? But whatever. You are more likely to train a mouse to fly an airplane than convince a liberal of reality. That is, okay. I mean, not as funny. That's like a lefty meme. You have failed. You have failed, lady. I mean, it's a good point, But I wish you would have put some more comedy behind it. Anyway, so it's a Democrat shutdown. You're suggesting, wrong you're, is to prolong the shutdown by 1 or 2 more weeks. I'd say the mask is slipped, but everyone saw right through it anyway. That's 100% right. So it was the Democrats that were doing the shutdown after all. Yes, exactly. I mean, it's just so funny, isn't it? They still don't get it. The Trumpers have no shame. What a bunch of boneheads. Wow, they really showed us. Or they would have listened to Trump and nuked the filibuster, giving Republicans absolute power. Might as well have. I mean, the country will function a lot better if they just do that. We fell for it again award. Oh, the poor Democrats. They keep falling for it. It's crazy. It's not their fault. It's just not their fault at all. Anyway, guys, what do you think about this? What do you think about the government being opened back up and, all that good stuff? That they lost, we won, and I know a lot of people are saying, they just pushed off the vote until December, so therefore Republicans kind of took an L here. No, we're going to decide it in December. So we've delayed that by a month. Don't worry about it. We'll get to that. We'll cover that. Let's go over to this, though, real quick. I just want to show you guys. This photo I showed earlier in my last video. I argued with a guy in the quartering server, and this guy was absolutely just off his gourd trying to defend this picture. So what ended up happening is he ended up showing some nuance, going, see, there's this picture right here. It's real, but there's some issues. Candace Owens was not on this trip. Isn't that a little weird? This jacket that Candace is wearing is... Do they all have it? Or does Candace Owens happen to have a jacket too? But look at what's on it. And you can read it. Charlie Kirk right here is what it says. There's this badge thing for wherever they go here, whatever the symbol is. But these letters are legible. They're all letters. T-A-N-G, whatever it is, Mustang something. And then this says it over here too, but I can't read it. But it's the same symbol. You can also see the same exact symbol on his, but the letter spacing is all correct. It's all one word, as it turns out. See, look, all right here, Laguna or something like that, maybe. But on Candace Owens, right? Look, there's so much like spacing over here on these 3 letters, and there's so much spacing between here and these 2 letters. It's a little weird. You can also see that this is like a little weird underneath the jaw of whatever this is, and the writing over here on the left side. But, again, very, very uniform right here. Very clear. Very interesting, right? Isn't it? And it's low resolution. Isn't that crazy, guys? It's low resolution, too. You can see this guy's lanyard. It doesn't even come close to, like, disappearing. And it's very much darker and cloudier. It's really weird because it's almost like it's the same area that Candace was taking pictures about. And it's the same company, so I guess they went again? That's a little strange, isn't it? You can even see the net in the background. And it's a lot more uniform. That's for sure. It's funny, though, but another detail. Scales. Scales. And... scales. Oh, here we go. Scales right here. On their uniforms. They're not very clean. She's got gloves on. He's holding this in the proper position, too. Thumb up. See how the mouth comes way out past his arm? Past his hand? And it doesn't magically just, like, form with it? Same here. Hands are all perfectly there. Perfectly aligned. Nothing's overlapping on each other at all. Nothing's crossing over whatsoever. That's odd, right? But what about this? Where the jaw makes the same crease in her coat. It's weird she's wearing a coat exactly like Charlie Kirk there, and he took his off, I guess. I don't know. It's weird that his fingers here are blended together like this. It's weird that his lanyard starts disappearing right here for some reason, and with the pattern of his shirt, it's going over the top of the lanyard. That's a little weird, isn't it? Just a little strange to be able to point this out. And one other thing that I noticed. Why is this blurred? Right here. And this not. If the camera was out of focus, oops. How did I go there? Okay. The camera was out of focus. Why wouldn't this be blurry down here? But this right here is very, very blurry. Very blurry. Isn't that weird? Little strange? I don't know. Just is a little odd. that everything else, even up close here, is blurry. That's a little odd. That must be really a lot further away than maybe. Maybe that's the case. But even here is blurry, down like below my, or actually behind my head. There we go. Right over here, the water. Very blurry, but no sun rays are hitting it, even though there's sun rays bouncing right off Candace's face and all. Just weird. There's no lighting inconsistencies with the other picture. Isn't that strange? I don't know. It's just one of those things that I pointed out, and the guy got mad and started cussing me out, so it's like, whatever. I'm not going to argue with him. Fins are a lot different, aren't they? That's a little strange, too. It's almost like whenever you get a real photo, and you could see that quite possibly she used images from this to make her photo. But I don't know. Maybe it's real. Maybe it is real, right? And I said that in my last video. I'm going to give, like, some leeway there. So, hey, I'm not an expert. But I find it very, very weird that even in a low-resolution photo, as you can see, pretty low resolution here. Look at that. Those jagged marks don't disappear. They are very jagged against all their faces. It's a very low-resolution photo. It's the same resolution as the other photo I put. And yet, it is significantly more clear than Candace Owens. Find it to be weird. Find it to be very weird. And Grok even suggests, no, Candace Owens was not on this trip. Would have been the same time, because guess what? He's wearing the same shirt with the same overalls and that coat. You mean to tell me he got up weeks later, days later, went with Candace as well? Huh. Interesting. Maybe Candace was on this trip, though. Maybe she'll prove us wrong. If she was on the trip, I will absolutely retract everything and say, yeah, I was dead wrong. I have no problem with that whatsoever. I just find it to be very interesting that when it comes to Candace's stuff, it looks so strange and so fake. And whenever I pull up any other example, there's no way you could fake this. It's very, very interesting. But tell me what you guys think down in the comment section below. Please like, subscribe, and share, guys. I appreciate y'all being here, and I will see you guys in the next one. Later.